At the San Diego State University in America, 508 undergraduate psychology students were part of a study conducted by 4 professors. These professors wanted to see what effect humour usage had on a student's ability to comprehend and retain lecture material. The students were split into 4 groups to observe 4 different versions of the same lecture. The 4 versions incorporated either concept-related humour, non-concept-related humour, a mix of the two, or no humour at all. The lectures were a 20-minute video on personality theories. During the lecture, the students were audio recorded to see what effect humorous comments had on them. After the lecture, the students were asked to give their impression of the lecture through answering questionnaires which marked the quality of the speaker and the content material. Next, the students had to complete a test, which was not graded towards their final mark, but rather marked how well the students had comprehended and retained the lecture material. 6 weeks later, the students retook the same test. From the audio recordings, it was determined those in the humorous lectures were more engaged and happier as they laughed and interacted with the lecture. The questionnaires also determined that those in the humorous lectures also enjoyed the content and had a higher opinion of the speaker. The comprehension test told another story though. The thirst test, taken straight after the lecture, showed that both those in the humorous and the serious lectures performed equally well. However, those in the content-related humour lecture tested the worst in comprehension and retention. The second test, 6 weeks later, showed roughly the same results, with one exception. Those in the content-related humour lecture actually performed better. This means, in the short term, there is little difference between using humour and not using humour in terms of comprehension and material retention. But in the long term, those that experience content-related humour in their learning comprehend and remember content material better. Overall, I think that if in the short term all you get is a positive learning environment and a good rapport with students, and in the long term you get better comprehension and recall of material, then why not use humour? In my analysis of the study, I found that all the participants were from one topic and were from middle to high social economic classes. This tends a sort of bias as there wasn't a large range of participants involved. They were all English speaking and all observations were limited to the 20-minute lectures. I don't think that by using one group for a short time allows enough of an analysis to happen. I think the study could be improved by using different people from different cultures, universities, social and economic classes, and by observing their reactions for longer than 20 minutes, and in different ways, such as using a video to record their facial expressions. Also, the fact that the tests at the end did not relate to the students' grades may have unmotivated students to perform as well as they could have, meaning that by having a motivation behind it, more comprehension and retention could have been improved. So as this study suggests, by using humour in the classroom, in the short term, it builds a positive environment where students feel happy and engaged. In the long term, it adds for better comprehension and retention of material. So why not use humour in the classroom? Tell a joke here and there. Make everyone laugh a little bit more to brighten their day.